What's up, folks? Things acting up again. All the time the thing's acting up. Filter the all messaging and then it crashes. There it goes. There it goes. Got it. Put another crack in my screen protector. That's good I didn't put the new one on. Alright, now I need to put another connection in this. Not long enough, little ear. One's still too long. Oh wait, I do need it shorter than that because I got to put the carabiner on it. Excuse me. Alright, the one needs a little longer yet. Need them so that they're both pulling. So you even out the weight on the two hooks. What's up, Shelby? How's it going? Welcome to the channel. I'm getting ready to possibly go down a cliff here. It's around the corner. 6-7, thanks for the jewel, I appreciate it. Alright, I gotta toss this rope down. See if it's long enough for one thing. It's a 150-foot rope. I have about 10 foot of it tied up. Whoa there, almost dropped y'all. Down the cliff you would have went. Alright, let me get up and over this cliff here. This rockway. Oh. Alright, my tie-ins are right there. What's up, Red Bull? Hey, Noble. Oh, I'm setting up a rope to possibly go down this cliff here. More like rappelling climbing, I guess. It's a cliff. I don't know what you'd call it exactly. Make sure I got one way, one the other for the locking. Yep, that one's... No, they're both on top. I want one top, one the bottom. There we go. Those are somebody else's. They were already hooked up in the wall here. I used to make my own zip lines years ago. This is about a 100-foot drop right here. I've never been down this rock face on this side. I looked at these already and they're stout, so we're good. I just retied this, except I got them crossed maybe. Oh, there we go. Let's toss our rope down and see how far it goes, huh? Yeah, we've been getting some rain, and so that's been greening it up some. You could see where the big, this is a main wash here, and it was rushing like crazy just a couple days ago. Filled up that old rock quarries pond there and there. And then there's one for cattle over there. And then there's another one for cattle over there. Yeah, I know you're there. You don't have to keep saying, oh, you hear me, you're there, or this, that, and the other. I don't mean to be rude, but of course I know you're there. All right, let's toss this thingy down there. See if it makes it down 100 foot or whatever it is. Sheriff duties. I didn't know what sheriff duties you're doing. All right, I think I had these crossed. Let me switch them here. All right, double hook this one. There, it should be pulling on both of them fairly well. The one starts slipping, the other tighten up. I just got to know if that's actually made it to the bottom or not. I can't tell. Can't tell if it made it to the bottom or not. What's up, TD? I'm definitely got stuck on something for a little bit. I know I can tell if I tie a rock to the bottom of it. Then we can see if we went down or not. All the way to the bottom. Should be able to tell. I mean, it's a 150 foot rope, and I'm pretty sure this is not a 150 foot drop, so. Once I know that it is down there, that's when it's nice to have someone down there that can see if it hit the bottom or not. Pretty sure it did, but. All right, we need to tie a rock to it. That might be big enough. Probably end up falling off because it's not very shaped right to throw over the edge with a rock on it. Yeah, I think that's just going to fall right off. Need a better rock than that one. Here we go. It's got like a V-notch there and here. That should work. This is when I need a drone to see if it went up or down. All right, put a loop on it. Didn't grab the right side of it. Alrighty, hopefully I can keep this rock on there. That way I can tell if I made it down there or not. Make sure my leg isn't stuck on it when I toss it over the edge again. Wouldn't want that. Rock! Took a little bit to fall. All right, let's see here. I don't know if it'll stay on or not. We'll see if I can get over the edge. See if I can get it to. I landed on a cliff edge. There it goes. I mean, it should be able to reach to the bottom because this is a 150-foot rope and this is about a 100-foot drop right here. But it still feels like it's pulling. Hard to know. Okay, I'm pretty sure it hit now. It's not as much weight anymore. It's just the weight of the rope. Pretty sure. All right, here's my hookup. So these were here already. I got a double ear on there. If one starts slipping, the other one grabs to it. I'm gonna put another sling through it too. A secondary, that way I know it'll, if there's any issues, that'll hold me too. They already had these two hooked up here, and these two, and then these were already there. They're all throughout this mountain right here. That's about probably 120 foot, 110, I don't know. It's about as deep as that hole was I went down. It's just it's enclosed, so to me I feel more safe than a rock face. I'd rather go down a hole that's 120 feet than a cliff. Wish I could see better if it did hit. I'm like 99.9% sure that it did hit. Because even with my big ties in that thing, it's probably 140-foot rope still. All right, they got anything else in there? Nope. Alrighty. Oh, switch the camera here. There's my harness. There's another harness. That's an extra small. Or no, just as small as it. I think this is extra small. It's for my nephews to use. It's a little bit bigger than a children's one. There's what I need to go down. Send it. There's that hole I got in here accidentally the other day. I was down here, same area. Backside though. Well, I just want to make sure it actually did hit the bottom. There's no good way for me to check other than going down. Just make sure I'm rigged enough, that way I can switch while I'm in the air if I need to. I did over there, but it was way harder because the rope was spongy. Like by a lot. So when I try to switch, it would just go boing, boing. See, on the other end, there's a spot you could probably hook up to some rocks with strapping, which I don't have enough strapping with me to do that. It's probably just as far as a drop, just maybe not quite as straight down, because it's over there, it's just as far to the ground, I'm pretty sure. Bro, it's 6 o'clock, you calling it a day? It's just getting windy here in Tucson. It's been windy here and stormy. What's up, Joe? It's been windy and stormy. I just got out here. Well, it took me a little bit to get out because I was taking wrong turns. Oh. All right, let's get my ascender on my foot here. My foot ascender on. Make sure it's not twisted up too much. Oh, put that on my shoe. My shoe. Tighten her up good and tight. Good and tight. Good and tight. That way that's ready. Looks like it's working okay. I just wish I had a drone so I could fly it down to see if I made it up or not. What's up, everything? Roger that. Yep. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. We'll take this off for a little bit. No, I didn't do anything yet other than climb up here. Where I'm descending, if I don't chicken out, it's got multiple spots. So you can go down part way and stop, go down some more, stop. A couple landings here and there. All right, let's leave that off for now. Let's see here. Looks like a best way would be to take most of this gear off, reposition it. It's kind of getting, oh, there we go. Just need that one undone. What's up, Real Tactical? Yeah, I saw you said you weren't going to be going live tonight. I've been live 3 times tonight already. On my way over here and then on the way up to this mountain, and then just started a little bit ago. I'd love to do a live while I'm rappelling down, but unfortunately I don't have my clamp for my head mount for a phone. Last time I was trying this, it was too spongy of a rope that someone already had here. It's a little humid out here. Alright, I don't need my wallet on unless they need to identify me if I fall off, right? Don't put sharp objects in your pocket when you're climbing. Bad idea. Probably 120 or 100, somewhere around there. My rope's 150, but it's tied. I got a knot on the other end with a rock on it. And then where the 2 ends are tied into the mountain is probably another 5 foot taken off. So it's probably about 140 that I have of rope out. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't even, it is touching, so it should be touching. See, I got a fossil in this pocket I found. Take a look at that. Fossil, this mountain's full of them. All right, what else I got in my pocket? I think I got another fossil in this one. Oh, that's my GoPro batteries. Don't need those in my pocket. Yeah, I wish I had my head mount. I didn't have it in the car, I don't think. Didn't really find it, so. All right, I mean, I'll get content on this, but memories on memories, especially if it goes splat splat. Right? Yeah, look at the valley here. I'll flip the camera for you. So here's where I'm tied in. I'm going to be tied in at. Here, let me get you up on top. There's my rope right there. I got tied in both of those there. There's already ties there all along this mountain. That one's, I think, the biggest. It's close to 250, 300. Well, you could go down here, but I think it'd be a little bit harder. For one, there's no tie off unless it's somewhere around the corner, because there's some trains somewhere around here. But from where that is to the floor should be about 100, 120. And then that side, if you tie in to some rocks or big trees, there's kind of a few trees on that end. It's probably about the same, because this ground here slants down to the saddle that's between this little knoll here and this mountain I'm on. So yeah, this is Mustang Mountains when I'm on here. That's called, this section of the mountains is called the Vineyards for the climbing part. That one's called the Farmhouse. There's one called the Superhero Wall. There's 2 ropes set over there, but they're too stretchy for the stuff I do. This section here is the Mustang Mountains too. Until you get to those big ones back there, that's the Whetstone Mountains. And those are the Patagonia Mountains. Back there, that's the Whetstone Mountains, or not Whetstone, Mustang. Out there is where I've done hunting and hiking and some other exploring. That's Sonoyta and Patagonia. Anyways, that way is Tombstone Bisbee, or that'd be Bisbee straight out. Tombstone straight out that way. That's Cochise Stronghold over there where those rocky looking things are way out there. Way out, if I can zoom in, way out there. Beautiful landscape. Yep, only God could have created something like that. I have 6 mentions on the Discord reply to you. Wish that you the best, praying for you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're probably gonna try it. We'll see. It'll be the biggest cliff I've ever done. The biggest drop I've ever done was 120 plus. I have a video of it. It has a rattlesnake down the bottom. So we'll see how it goes. I gotta finish putting my gear on here. Hooking up my GoPro, okay. Yeah, I wish I had my head mount. I'll put the GoPro on the helmet. It's nicer that way. It's a better view. Yeah, see you, bud. Let's see here. Got to make sure my gear's all tight. Maybe I should try something smaller first, huh? No, I have. Just not about, oh, when was that I did it last? It was June 6th, the last repelling I did, if I recall. I don't think I've did any since, so about a month ago. All right, what's my GoPro battery look like, power-wise? I know I only got like 16 minutes on the card. %, 17 minutes of recording. I put another battery in. Oops, it's on photo. There we went on video. All right. Shut it off. I'll go ahead and put a new battery in it just to be safe. This is one of the OEM ones. I only have one left. The other one puffed up and just about blew up. All right, let's put this hat in there. Hey, Murray. Let's go cave, jump AI. Didn't know what you're doing. What are you doing? About to possibly go down a cliff. Did you see the desert merge video? No, I didn't. I don't get alerts. I made sure I was subscribed to you the other day, and because it looked like I wasn't. And I looked at some of your videos, but I didn't see any at that point. That was 2 days ago, maybe. All right, I'll look at the camera here to figure out how to get this thing on. There we go. Can't tell. I think it needs slanted down like that. Hey, the sun's coming out. Just behind the clouds. I went and grabbed the ones that are broken too, of the knee pads. This one right here, the little D-ring came out for your left knee. My left knee, not yours. The nice thing is I can go ahead and see what I got, where I'm at over there, and if I want to chicken out, I can, because there's a platform only about 5 feet down. A jump off quiz? What do you mean by that? Yeah, this one's definitely loose because I can't strap on the other one. All right, let's bring you along to where I'm going down at. Wait a minute, let me check where this is first. Make sure this is in a good position. I could reverse it so this faces down. The clamp. It's just normally I have it this high so it doesn't get in the way of the headlamp. Where am I Good shot. Said, let's go just off it quick. That sounds like fun. I don't know what you're meaning, buddy. Unfortunately, your translation or voice to talk isn't working again. Voice to speech. What is it? So yeah, right there, there's just a little flat spot. I just was going to put one more safety on this thingy here. All right, let me set you guys down. I'm going to put one more safety on this before I decide to partway go down and see what it feels like. If I could set the phone in such a place where you guys could get a view of me going up and down, that'd be kind of cool. Setting up a secondary safety just in case. Gotta maneuver some of the D-ring things that are right here. There he is. Yep, there he is, buddy. You found him. Yeah, that's not what I want. Keep hooking up the wrong way. That's not what I want. That wouldn't work. I want that on there, but we want it the other way. We want it like that. That should work. No, it's not Temu climbing gear. It's a little better than Temu. Plus some of it's actually high-end stuff. This one's GM Climbing, which is a reputable company. These are Petzls. That's a Petzl. This is a Camp. That's a Petzl. That's a Petzl. These are Petzl. The rope is some aftermarket. It's not a high-end one, and same with these clips here. But they're UIAA rated, so yup. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do it or not. Right? Good to hear we don't need the Jerome went flat Stanley live stream. Stanley. This is just a secondary, just in case for some reason these loops would slip. This one will catch it hopefully up here. That's actually a Prisic that you use for slowing yourself down or speeding yourself up in certain ways. I used to use one of those for ascender descender when I was in trees. Alright, let me take a look. Before I go too far, let me switch it right here. Yep, and I answered you. I said I had a Ford Fusion 6-speed. Never heard of a flat Stanley? No, I haven't. I have not. Pretty sure I haven't. What's up, CB? All right, I want to go over the edge part way, and I have myself tied in just in case. Just so I can see what's going on the edge if I want to drop down or not. I said, bro, you're awesome. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. So we usually do a lot of outdoor stuff, hiking, shooting, hunting, cave exploring, old mines. I prefer dropping down a mine hole than a cliff. Because the cliff kind of looks deeper than it really is because it slants away. So it looks way deeper than it is. But I'm tied in right now. That way I can go over the edge and take a look at it and see how, if my rope is touching the ground. It should, because my rope's 150. But once I've got this tied up and the bottom end's tied, maybe minus 10 feet. So I probably have 140 foot of rope out. So I need to set you guys somewhere. Let's see if I can set you up so you guys can look at that beautiful scenery right there, huh? I'm not hooked up with my descender, just a ascender. And I'll put my foot to, well, the foot I can't really do yet. I just want to look over the edge to see how my rope is. Should be good, although it's pulling on the one a lot more than the other one. Probably because I need to shorten the one up. Yeah, I should shorten the one ear up because of the angle. I should shorten this ear up. Looks fun. Looks are deceiving. Because of my angle I'm at, I gotta shorten the one up a little bit, the one ear. Which right here's fine, I'm tied in. The one ear's not hooked up, but that'll hold me just because I've done it many a time. All right, let me shorten this ear. If I can get it shorter, because I've had weight on it now. Thing is, it makes the other one longer, I believe. That one hooked up, get the secondary hooked up for safety. Hooked up here. There we go. All right, I'm gonna take a look at it. I'll be back in a little bit. Flat Stanley plus 6 flat Stanley is a popular children's book by Jeff Brown. I've seen the story of bulletin board flatness. Lamb chop. I've heard of lamb chops. The little kid story they used to have. Lamb chops. All right, let's turn this on. See the little red light on? Is it flashing up here in the top corner? Yep. All right, let me give myself a little bit less slack. I'm gonna get some here because of my. All right. And of course that had to come off. All right, I'm going down part way just to see what we got here. Ooh, that's a cactus. No, it's Ocotillo. Oh, there's chains throughout. A little pressure on this. Yeah, it's a little hard to tell. I'm pretty sure it's reaching bottom, but hard to tell. Just because the weight of everything. It looks doable. It definitely looks doable. Slide under doors and be mailed to every envelope in envelopes. Inspired real world Flat Stanley project where students mail paper cutouts worldwide to learn geography. Okay, yeah, I don't know much about that at all. Oh. It definitely looks doable. It's just I know one of these spots, if I recall, I think it's further that way though. It has a back angle, so I'd be hanging in midair for a little bit. There's one spot. What it does is it has a platform about 6 feet down, little slant, and then it drops probably another 15, another slat platform, and then it drops who knows how far from there. And I'm pretty sure it's hitting the ground. I'm 99.9% sure. Because the rope's not very heavy until, see, let me see if I can figure out roughly where it hits. See if there's anybody hiking. I could ask them, hey, is it touching the ground? Sure is, Bob. See, I think that's me pulling it up now. It got heavier. That's light. Right there, it gets heavier all of a sudden. Yeah. Pretty sure. Yeah, right there it gets heavier. Right there is probably about 30 pounds. And about this pole is about 20, no, 15 probably. No, yeah, when I was a kid, we took the flat Stanley paper and did weird stuff where he got like smashed by rocks and stuff. Just explain why I said, don't want you to be him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right there it also gets heavier. That means we have about 15, 20 feet of rope right here up on top. Yeah, because then it gets heavy. Make sure it's not wrapped on my foot, right? If I end up going down. Time is it? Boy, I almost knocked my phone camera out. The front one there. Got impacted right next to it. I don't think it broke it. Well, now's the time I need to decide if I'm going to commit or not after all this work, which is fine if I want to do it or not do it. It's just once I'm down, I have to hike all the way around to get my stuff or crawl up. It all depends on how I feel going down. Either way is optional right now, depending because of where I'm at. Up or down is optional. I just have to go all the way around the mountain, which is about 15-20 minute hike to get back up. This, just in case I fall off, this will be off when I'm descending. The wall view is scary. So I don't know if you guys can see, there's like a platform down there. Can you see that? About 15 feet lower, there's a platform right there. Oh, it definitely isn't, no. It doesn't really look that bad. That's why I'm thinking about doing it, but obviously I can't have you guys on the screen when I'm doing it because I don't have anything to hold the phone. The other day I had it, was it up here I think? And I had the GoPro on my chest. All right, let's shut this off. Is it off now? Yep. No, there's not. But what I might do is just leave the rope up here so I can see what it looks like on the other side. What's up, Anthony? Hey, what's going on? See what it looks like on the other side. That way I can determine, because then if it's, I might come back tomorrow maybe and go up it. Hey, what's up, Bob? Appreciate the star. How you doing, bud? Yeah, you'll see the GoPro, definitely. Either way, like obviously I have some now that was just rolling. I just shut it off. I'm like 99.9% sure that it's easy, that it's touching the ground. It's just in some ways I wouldn't mind letting it sit here just overnight so I can see on the other end what it looks like. I've been near this though. I'm not sure where that crack is that we've been up. I think it's around the corner that the one fellow was up. It's around here somewhere. Just chilling, been raining here. Yeah, we were raining right where I'm at. Currently it's all around me, it's raining. That way's Vale. Where the sun's shining over there is Sonoyta. That's Bisbee over there, where those mountains are. Tombstone's over there. Wilcox is way that way, on the other way over there. We're thinking about going down this cliff right here shortly. Forgot it was raining early. At least you didn't need to make shift poncho. Oh, I brought one, but then it disappeared. I'm pretty sure it fell out of my pocket out there somewhere in the desert. I almost think I can see it right where a curve is over there in the trail. So my car is parked over there where the tip of my finger is, and there's a thing to cross the fence, and then there's a trail that comes up through here, back through here, drops down through the creek here, and then winds up back and forth, and then comes across here. Let's see, it's right, you can't really see it. It goes through here somewhere, and then there's another one that heads up that way to that peak. Yep. Oof. Yeah, I don't know where it went. I noticed it was out of my pocket. I think it was once I got to, right before I got to these big rocks right here that you can climb on if you want. It was after I passed the creek. I think it was about where those big rocks are. I was like, well, I wonder where my poncho is. Or maybe it was where this little landslide looking thing is. But there's something yellow way out there. You can see at a curve. And then I thought I saw something yellow near this wash here. Anywho. What's up? Yeah, my son's about to disappear because going behind a cloud. What's up, Kong? Beautiful Earth. Hey, my internet is crap tonight. Thanks, Dolly, for those donations. Hope. Weak signal. Where I'm at right here, it's pretty good myself. I'm 5G, 4 bars. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go down this cliff or not. It's about 120 feet. Just realized that the highway I saw a car through it was a bug. Oh, probably. That is Highway 82. Keep safe, enjoy yourself. Yep. My son is behind the mountain, or no, behind some clouds, so it disappeared. We got plenty of daylight yet. Probably another hour. I mean, it's pretty easy. Once you're on it, you just trust your gear and slowly let yourself down. It's not really that hard in that respect. You just got to commit, and once you commit, go all the way to the bottom. Then I can either leave it down here or even not go down and just leave the gear up here and come back tomorrow. That way I can see where my rope is going. I'd almost prefer to do that. Looks like a walking trail from there. You could walk down the creek. You got to go across the creek. So probably what I might end up doing is leave my rope up here, hooked up. That way I can see the route from the bottom, and then I'll be like, yeah, I can do that. Then I'll go ahead and hike back up. Not today. It's too dark. It'll get too dark for that. I'm feeling more that way. That way I can kind of tell what it's like. I don't think anybody else will be up here tomorrow. Maybe. There's 2 other ropes that are up here, by the way. They're dynamic ropes, so that when you climb on them, they stretch. They stretch like 5 feet. I tried climbing up one the other day, and it stretched way too much to climb. All right, so let me disconnect myself. This was a safety just in case I fell when I was over the edge, looking at it, seeing what was going on. Disconnect that. I'll leave all that on. We're double hooked here, double hooked there. We got a safety here, just in case these fail. That one's hooked into here with a prusik. That way if it slides, it'll tighten it up. So that's probably the best bet. That way I can see where my rope's going. And then I'll come up here tomorrow or Tuesday. If the highway is so small, it looks like a small line on... Yeah, it does look like a little line, doesn't it? That right there is some ranch road, I think. It looks like it goes this way and in between the mountains there. It might head to a mine. It also might be the route to get to the top of that one for rock climbing. What's up, Drift? Yeah, so what we're doing, I really want to make sure that I know where this rope is being routed. And so I'm going to climb back down, see where the rope is routing, and see if it's something I feel comfortable when I look up at it. And then I'll come back. I think it's too dark for me to circle back around and come back up it or down it today. I do have all my gear on though. I mean, it definitely looks totally doable from here, but it's after about a quarter way down, I can't see past that even when I leaned over the edge. So I want to see which way my rope is routing and also make sure that I'm 100% sure that it reaches the bottom. I'm 99.9%. I put a rock on the bottom and I can feel it hitting the bottom. So what we'll probably do is, yeah, take the gear off me. We'll leave that hooked up. If someone steals it, it's not a lot of money. I think that whole set right there of all that stuff probably costs 120 bucks, if that. Oh yeah, all sorts of stuff is dangerous. Flying, driving, hiking, breathing, eating, all sorts of stuff. It's just some of it we choose to do or not to do. Oh, I was scoping out a spot to go off on a cliff here. That's what we were doing. All right, let's set this down right there. Okie dokie. We'll go ahead and use that as our plan. Seems like a good plan in my book. To just calibrate down there, see what we got. I'd rather have a second, pad. This one decided to break on me. A secondary knee pad. I didn't realize I grabbed a broken one. Breathing is dangerous to you. It is. It can be. Breathing the wrong stuff. What's up, Trey? All right, so we're gonna, that seems like the best route. Check to make sure everything's good on the bottom end. And I'll come back another day and possibly tomorrow tread up that. The nice thing is I'll be able to find my bracket so I can do a live with it hooked up to my helmet. You're the best streamer. Hey, you should check out my channel. Consider subscribing if you could. I'd really appreciate it. We do have a giveaway coming up. 1 year anniversary of me doing YouTube, which is July 22nd, somewhere around there. That was my foot ascender. The rope goes in between there. Plus I have a hand one too, but now this I'll bring with me, of course. Let's see, my water backpack is in here. Should get a drink before I close this all up. There's my hat. Did sub, but I don't know I'll be here anymore. Well, you don't have to be on a live. I do a lot of posting. I do caves, mines. I do hiking. I do shooting content. I do awesome stuff. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't like me a lot, and so they don't push me anymore, but they used to. No, you don't have to be on the live. That's fine. But yeah, we do caves, like caves in the dark. We do mine exploring. The deepest hole I've done for a mine was 125, 123 feet. Had a live rattlesnake down in there. Had 2 owls in it too. But I got it all on the internet. Check it out. It's on my channel. Desert Armory and more. But yeah, we have a giveaway coming up, so check it out. Oh, mine exploring, cave exploring, hiking, rappelling. Stage 3 heart cancer. Oh yeah? That's not good. Heart cancer. Isn't that kind of rare to have heart cancer? I didn't know there was actually such a thing as a heart cancer. I don't mean to be insensitive. I just didn't remember heart cancer. I'm usually a pretty sensitive guy, so. Pretty rare? Gotcha. Man, that feels good out here. Here, I'll show you another view of the landscape, because here shortly I got to shut it off because there's no signal. Around the mountain where I drop down, it shuts off. Alright, let's get that hooked up. If I can get it through, a little stubborn thing. Alright, let's stick this in there. No, I won't stick it in there. Let's see here. I guess I'll put this on the side of my thingy here. Close it up. I shouldn't fall. I'll just put it inside here. My helmet. Yeah, that's if that's what's happening, yeah, that's something that's not very nice. My aunt just passed away from cancer. She had breast cancer about a year ago. Got treatments for it. Seemed like she was all good. But it came back as well as like tumors on her brain and on her back, which were cancerous. So that was April. I was actually exploring some caves at the time when I got the news that she was headed to the ER. Although I didn't know about it until a couple hours later because I finally got signal. Because I was in the bottom of the earth exploring some caves in Arizona here. This thing's a little lighter now. Alright, so we got our rope set. That way we can look at it tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see. Although, okay, something's hitting my back. I think that's just the roll up. There we go. Something in there's poking my back. Stay safe. Yep. Yeah, we're actually headed back. Something's poking my back here. Oh, I think it's a little turn knob on my helmet. Something is. There we go. Put that a little bit different. That can be better. Maybe. No, I set the ropes all up. I was thinking about going down, but I want to see what it looks like on the bottom end before I descend a 120-foot cliff. So we'll look at it and come back another day to descend with the rope hooked up still. It's pretty highly unlikely someone's going to steal it because it's hard to get up here. Very hard to get up here. All right, let's put this. Can't even pay for treatment. Someone got pulled over in front of our driveway. Oh yeah. Yeah, let me see. Your name is Drift GT. Do you have an actual name? That way just your first name, so I know what to mention for prayer. And hey, maybe you want to see the beautiful view before I shut the screen off, because I got to drop down in there and there's no signal dropping in there, so I got to drop down in there about 120 feet, circle around and pop out down there. But yeah, if you got a first name that we could give their partition to Christ, to his throne, God's throne, and for prayer for you. That's the old farmhouse that owns the property right here in the front. You just have to walk through their property from the road to here, and then from there to here is all BLM land. Yeah, I have to cut through there if I recall. So, cut itself out right there. But yeah, if you got a name, put it in the chat quick before I sign off. A first name that you can put so I know who to pray for, if you don't mind, other than Drift TV. I gotta head out where there's no signal, so it's gonna die here shortly. Plus I'm looking funny with this thing flapping around. All right, let's see, I came up. There we go, I came up through here. Came up through that and then dropped down. The time before I went way to the other side. Okay, and then dropped down this between this. It's a nice cliff you could probably go down to. What's up, Gigi? Just signing off. I got to get off this mountain before it gets dark and starts raining on me. So, yep. I set a rope to do some rappelling off about a 120-foot cliff, so I got to go down that way, circle around, then come back out over here near that semi that's going by. My car's parked right over there. There's a pulley. So, anyways, thanks for coming by, guys. Appreciate you.